Guys, we're here. We're watching the... Whatever, I'll edit this out. You start it.
Let me open.
Yeah.
I'll edit it out, don't worry.
I think we should keep that in.
Okay, yeah, keep it in.
It's fine. Hey everybody, this is J Dark A, and this is our very first episode of the Digital Gaming News Podcast. I'm J Dark A. I have here with me, Waifu Pancakes, is it?
We got there.
Hey, you remembered my name.
Yes, you know what? It's a weird name. We've also,
Weird haircut.
yeah. We've also got Javelin here.
Hello.
And we've got Scotty Bot.
How do?
So, yeah, so basically what we're going to be doing here is taking a look at some video game trailers and some video game related news, and we're going to be discussing it like the sexy motherfuckers we are, and hopefully you'll find it interesting. So today we're going to be talking a lot about the new Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is being released on Friday, November the, what was it? 19th?
17th.
17th.
Yeah,
17th,
17 sounds right.
So yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people who just got it yesterday because it was because the early access thing, but
Well,
apparently
yeah,
that's not the real release date.
Pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
If people were interested in their release dates,
have
the
my phone
official
back.
release date is the 17th, which
Yeah.
is this coming up Friday. But
Okay.
early access pre-orders were like this week, and then there's the Origin early access for users, and that was the 8th.
Right.
Just to
Well,
How
then
much
that-
extra did they have to pay for that?
it was an extra $100 a year.
Fuck that for Game
No,
of Soldiers.
knowing EA, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, we'll have this out before around the Star Wars Battlefront release, so that you'll be able to decide whether or not you want to shell out what is it?
Your life savings.
Your life savings.
Yeah, pretty much that.
For, yeah. I guess you can already tell what my opinion is. If you can't, then I'll let you make it up in your own head. You know, use your imagination. Anyway, let's start this first trailer here. Game engine footage. So not gameplay. Just to be
No.
clear, this is not gameplay.
This is
Yeah,
this
no,
is a
this is-
meld of gameplay. This does have gameplay in it.
This is them trying to make the gameplay look good.
Yeah.
But all this is in-game footage.
This doesn't even seem like real gameplay.
Yeah.
What?
It is gameplay. It's just they took the HUD off.
I don't really. It doesn't look like it.
I think it's more intended just to give you a sense of,
Yeah.
rather than the old Battlefront just being
Like this scene
set
with the
during-
droid. This scene, that's not gameplay.
Well,
that's,
look,
that's
I
pre-rendered.
No,
understand them trying to give you an idea. This is what the game is going to feel like, but I like to have actual gameplay in my trailers. I like to actually be able to see what I'm going to be buying. I want to see what I'm going to be playing to get me hyped. Unless
And
it's
they do.
Unless it's a heavily story-based game, there should be gameplay in every trailer. In fact, it should be mostly gameplay. I would say only if it's heavily story-based. You know, like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts, fine. You know, they know people are interested. Well, I don't know about the Final Fantasy storylines because they're all pretty much the same. But I know at least with a trailer like Kingdom Hearts, you know, I see that trailer, I'm like, oh, new story elements, cool. You know, so I can imagine it's that way with some other games. But come on, this isn't a story game. The first game didn't even have any sort of story or campaign whatsoever.
Nah, not really, no.
So we know that
Well,
if this
Battlefront 2 does have a story now.
it has
It
a
does,
story,
yeah.
but
It's
it
set
doesn't-
during the new timeline, you know, episode 7, episode
Oh.
8 and 9.
well, that's
Uh.
bloody brilliant. God,
But I think what they're trying to do with this little trailer here is just to show you that the new game isn't just going to be set with
Yeah.
the Empire.
yeah,
It's going to be set pre-Clone the Clone Wars era, which is what
Yeah.
this
3
is,
eras, yeah.
and then it's going to show you the First Order
yeah.
era.
So let's
Yeah.
let's finish watching this trailer here.
Then we can talk shit on it.
That's just my little critique on trailers in general.
The meme!
Right.
That scene with the jetpacks always gives me the goosebumps for some reason.
It does look... I'll admit, it looks cool. But it's not what the gameplay is going to be, is it?
Nah.
No.
Well, it makes you think of Boba Fett, doesn't it?
Oh. We'll have to wait until after, you know, to come up with all of our criticisms, you know, after we actually play the game. But
Like me.
even still, this is just, you know, this is looking a little bit sketchy.
Yeah, I'm feeling like, you know, the fact that they're not showing gameplay.
Well,
It's
okay,
kind of
they
like-
are showing. This is the thing. They are showing.
I want
gameplay,
raw
but
gameplay.
I can believe that some of it is gameplay. Obviously, not all of it, but you know, like
no.
some of the shooting, some of the like FPS parts, I can believe are part of the game. There's not a whole lot else
Yeah.
that I believe.
I mean,
The thing is with that video is that a lot of it was dramatized. Like they had certain people going certain motions. It was actual acting as people playing as players. It wasn't like an
Yeah.
actual battle as
No.
you would see in a multiplayer. So it was actually dramatized to look
Yeah.
epic.
and that's why that's the problem I have with it though. This dramatized that it's not just pure authentic gameplay. I want to see at least a bit of that. And I don't really see that in any trailers anymore, not the big trailers anyway.
Well,
it's always
that's also-
pre-rendered stuff. It's always
Yeah.
a dramatization of what the combat is kind of going to look like. I want to see exactly
Yeah.
what the gameplay is going to look like. That's
Exactly,
why.
but
That
Yeah.
is going to sell me on
here's the
game.
reasons for that. Because one, they're trying to sell the product. They want to make it. They want to make it sell. But secondly, EA's idea.
Well,
of
then
making
make a
you-
better fucking
make you
product.
see before you
I'm
actually
sorry,
buy. But what EA is doing is they had the free open betas beforehand to make you play before you actually had to buy. That would be your preview of what the game is. That's why they had early access and all that junk.
Yeah.
So instead of
Thing is,
having to make
Yeah,
the
like
trailer of the actual
days
gameplay,
before, early
Yeah,
access
there's-
a few days
Let the
before.
YouTube-
That's enough. That's enough time for criticism.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at. You see, that trailer was called official gameplay trailer. That's
it is
what.
that
That's
gameplay.
what really bothered me about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I wanna
sometimes
see-
they can missell it as well, can't they? I mean,
I
they did it
want-
with
yeah.
Halo 5, I think. They missold that in a way, didn't they? With the trailers.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you had the sort of like the epic squaring off between the Master Chief and Spartan Locke, and then when you got to the game, there was nothing there, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of gave up on the Halo franchise after 3.
Yeah, but you get my point. I mean, you'll see this happening in the trailers,
Yeah.
especially cinematic ones, but when you get hold of the game, nothing like that at all. So I'm just wondering if they're going to go down that route with this.
All right. Let's take a look at the launch trailer. Oh, hang on. I fucked up again.
Now,
That's
most
fine,
of
I'll edit
this
this out.
footage
Fine for me.
is not game. Majority of this is all in-game footage, but it was rendered within inside the game engine, but this is not actual gameplay.
No.
Right. Okay, hang on. I fucked up again. I went and closed the video when I should not have. I should have opened another video.
You could just do a full monitor capture and then I could edit it.
No, this is good. Right. Okay. Now we've got it up.
Get ready! Go to target, watch out! Give them everything we've got! Roger, roger. Not clear, not clear.
Empire's time has come.
So, if I wanted to critique a bit about that video, I know it like I would going back on the whole gameplay thing, but I think they were usually I think feel like the Star Wars trailers were a bit different from previous EA trailers because they were specifically like striking up a story. Like this, they're given creative room. They're not necessarily a creative room, but they were being creative. They wanted to make a story to make that. Since we are all Star Wars fans, we wanted to relate to the video and feel the epicness of the moment. Like every time, this is me personally. Every time I watch the trailers, no matter how many times I watch it, I always get those goosebumps. The epicness of the videos always captures me, and that's that's what they want to capitalize on.
I would agree. It does get you pumped and into it. And I'll even admit that even though this isn't a heavily story-based game, that the trailers are appropriate. That being said, I still would like I looked up gameplay trailer, and these were the two things that came up. I still want to see gameplay, and I still haven't.
Yeah, well, that's going off what you said. It's like of it being appropriate. I don't know if it's really fully appropriate, just because it's like it's appropriate in the sense that like it wants to connect to Star Wars, but I feel that there should be like a healthy balance of like the actual like cinema Star Wars and the game itself. Like if the game itself isn't as epic, don't make the trailer as epic. Like, I mean, not to say that you can't cash in on some of, like, the epicness of Star Wars.
Yeah.
But, I mean, tone it down a bit. You're overselling yourself.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, when I said the trailer is appropriate, what I meant was the trailer is appropriate for the series. It's appropriate for getting one into the Star Wars feeling. Like, yeah, let's Star Wars awesome. But it's not really appropriate for the game. It makes me think, yes, I want to play this game, but all it's doing is setting you up for disappointment, because when you finally do see the gameplay, then you're like, hang on, this wasn't anything like the trailer. What am I doing here?
Absolutely.
I think where this would trip them up rather, is not with Star Wars fans per se. It's where non-Star Wars fans. I mean, you don't necessarily need to be invested in Star Wars, that to enjoy a Star Wars game.
Of course.
Shots like that, like the one we've just watched now, yes, it'll appeal to Star Wars fans. How could it not? It would also appeal to people who'll see that, see all the explosions, see all the space battles, and they'll think, yes, I want a bit of that. But when they get to it, and they get to the game, and the disappointment sets in, a Star Wars fan might be able to soak that up. Because, did any of you play the original Battlefront?
Yeah.
Yes, I have it.
To me, one of the things they got right in that game was the graphics and the settings. I mean, you were playing the mission on Endor, and to me it did feel like you were on Endor, on a speeder bike. Things like that.
Yeah, that was
so
their big focus.
what I'm saying is, when it gets to the actual game, and you get that little bit of disappointment, a Star Wars nerd or a Star Wars fan will be able to soak it up a bit better than someone who's not.
Yeah.
The person who isn't is more likely to turn around and say, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah.
And then end up taking it to GameStop or whatever.
Well, I have people that don't really care for Star Wars much, and I try to get them to play Star Wars Battlefront with me, and like, no, I'd rather play Battlefield.
Overwatch.
I had someone literally tell me I'd rather play Battlefield. That game's more fun. I'm like, it's the same bloody game. It's just Star Wars skins on it, But it's.
I mean, it doesn't exactly get 10 out of 10 for originality, but nowadays in games, who does?
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, and look, what I'm sick of is that right now, if you want a new Star Wars game, it has to be Battlefront or Lego. There's no new Star Wars games. Remember back in the day, there was a new bloody Star Wars game every year. Different genres made by different companies. There was new Star Wars games all the time. Now we're getting an update to the Lego fucking story and art for mobile once in a while. I've never fucking touched that shit. You know, the last official Star Wars game was Lego Star Wars. What? That's not.
There was one
That's
Star
really
Wars.
stupid.
Well, part of that reason why there was a big gap of Star Wars games was because the transfer from LucasArts and Lucasfilm being sent to Disney, and then Disney transferring game rights to EA, and then EA giving the work to its separate studio. So that was a couple years of transferring the franchise to its proper creators.
Well, then I'm ready to see them start to make some new bloody games. You know, like back in the day, there were all kinds of different. There were first-person shooter Star Wars games. There were Star Wars games for people who liked flying ships. You know,
Arcade style, RTS, third person.
There was
Knights
all
of the
kinds
Old
of different.
Republic, that's great.
Yeah, oh, Knights of the Old Republic. I love that game. I recently bought a fucking tablet so I could play it on there, because I had it on my phone and it's so fucking tiny, you know. But yeah, there were so many different, and now, you know, the last Star Wars Old Republic game, I tried playing that. I couldn't really get into it, the fucking online one.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I get off the Jedi planet when you start with, and then I get on Coruscant, I could never finish Coruscant. It's just like it never stuck to me.
You played as a Jedi, you dirty light-sighted.
I played as a bounty hunter too.
Who the fuck wants to be a good guy? No, fuck that. You play as a Sith every time.
Well, even if you play as a Sith, you start in the same place.
Yeah.
Um.
The thing is, though, with other
And I
game
said Jedi
developers,
planet. I didn't say I started as a Jedi, even though I was.
thing is, though, I mean, any other company outside of bloody EA that goes to make a Star Wars game seems to be a kiss of death now for them. I mean, you know, Visceral Games
Yeah.
that went under, the guys that did Dead Space, they were working on a Star Wars game similar to Knights of the Old Republic.
Right.
Yeah, and that got banned.
Yeah, I heard of a few Star Wars games that got fucking
Hold on.
cancelled in the last
Yeah,
couple of
disconnect
years.
real quick. You guys keep talking.
All right.
Yeah,
Um.
and Star Wars 1313. Remember that?
Oh, I was so pissed when that got canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looked fucking good. That looked good.
I get really pissed in general when a game I'm excited for gets cancelled. I just want to.
That game got canceled because of the studio transfer. Now, the similar game that was being developed was by Visceral, but that studio got closed down. And the thing is, what EA, if I remember the article correctly, they said upon listening to reviews by its fan base, they decide that it will no longer be a single player game as it was originally intended to. It was going to be more like what was it? It was like that. What was that PlayStation game that was like Drake?
Yeah, I think I know it.
I can't remember for the life, because I have not played that game, but it looked fantastic. But the director of that game was the game in progress, but they decided no. It looks like we're going to change it from a single player to a MMORPG game like Bethesda. So right now it's on hold, but it's currently getting redirected to other studios.
I have to say, I'd love a Star Wars game developed by Bethesda. You know, let them at it.
Properly.
Let them at it. You know.
Don't get me started with Bethesda's Star Wars Old Republic videos that look like they're movie worthy, and then see the game and it's just cartoon.
But I mean, I don't know. Do we want to watch the last Star Wars Battlefront trailer I've got?
We can.
This is the single player trailer. Take a quick look at this, because... Or is this one of the ones that we watched?
No.
No?
No, I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, so this is kind of like... Hey, story stuff, you know.
Now that I can understand. Like, it's a heavily story-based trailer. I can sort of understand that, but I don't know.
Still,
And then it's still a little iffy.
I could, like, if you told me, if you took out the gameplay, anything referencing gameplay, and showed me all 3 of these trailers, and told me that it was for a new Star Wars movie, I would believe you.
So what happens now?
So, it could be for a movie, it's, hey, this is what's going on in the Star Wars universe, not, hey, here's this game and this is why you should buy it.
Yeah. That's sort of a big problem, because they're really, I guess you could say they're not even really advertising their product well. They're not correctly advertising, their product.
And I'm guessing since the release of this video is going to be either on the game's release date or after,
Probably.
So I guess it would y'all wouldn't mind a little bit of a spoiler. I already played the campaign, and to say I was a little disappointed because this was their main selling point. We want to see Star Wars through the eyes of an Imperial. We want to see how the Empire was and is, and how it developed into the First Order. That's what we were told with that. What this game was going to show us. But this was the issue. You started as an Imperial, and then for the first 3 missions, you were on the Imperial side until, well, you defected to the Rebel side. So now it's back to the Rebels' perspective. I was ticked off.
You know what?
That's disappointing.
You know what? That's because we already kind of got that perspective from the Force Awakens.
Yeah,
okay?
I know.
Well, I mean,
It's
no,
sort of like it's just already done.
we've got that perspective from a lot of shit. Can we please have some? And you know what? You know what though? My other critique is, if I want to play a Star Wars game, like a story, I don't exactly want to play as an Imperial member, sure, that game's fine, but we've had that game. I want to play as a Jedi or something. Why isn't there a story mode where you play as a fucking Jedi?
Here's more spoilers. Yes, you get to play as various hero characters in the main character. You get to play as Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, Lando Calrissian, and Kylo Ren.
But I still am waiting for a game that's centered around that sort of gameplay. We haven't had like a good lightsaber themed Star Wars game since The Force Unleashed 2, which was rubbish, because it was just. I mean, the first one was good. The first one was great, but the second one was like, second one was rubbish.
It's just,
just a simple hack and slash.
And I feel like they've given up there. And part of me is even wondering that if we do get that game, what is it going to be? Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 3? Because these people don't seem to have any fucking creativity. The last 3 fucking Star Wars games are from these series. This Lego Star Wars series, this Star Wars Battlefront series, and this fucking Force Unleashed series. In the last 10 years, there haven't been that many Star Wars games, and they're all fit under a certain series. So it's just kind of frustrating. I miss the days when there was new and unique Star Wars games all the time. Now
I'm kind of going to go the other way on that. The one I'd like to see is not so much a Jedi-based one, but more of like a bounty hunter-based one.
Yeah,
not necessarily Boba.
Yeah, that would be an original idea to get a bounty hunter's perspective.
I mean, they've done it. They have done it before.
But that's what I'm saying.
This game has just been done a million times.
A Jedi or a bounty hunter, I would gladly accept either of those things. But a fucking nameless Imperial soldier that just uses guns and fights in these fucking standard Star Wars fighting scenes. It's just it's tired.
It's too generic.
Yeah. And I'm sick of I'm sick of first-person shooters in general, actually, because if you ask my opinion, Call of Duty, Battlefront, fucking Killzone. They're all the same. It's all the same shit. It's all first-person shooters. They don't excite me at all. Unless, if I want to go and like kill some people, just play a fucking first-person shooter. I can play any one of those and not really care. Just like fucking waste about an hour or so, and then I find myself wanting to play a real game. So I'll jump into fucking some classic Nintendo or a Final Fantasy or a fucking Skyrim or a Kingdom Hearts or Fallout or Resident Evil, and these generic first person shooters, everyone's doing them now. Remember back when it was original, when all the first person shooter games were called Doom clones?
Yeah.
Now it's just such a fucking industry standard that if there's a new game coming out, if they announce a new game, you can be pretty sure, you can put money on it, if it's some generic title you've never heard of, that it's probably a fucking first-person shooter again.
You have a lot of rage. You need to calm down with like a relaxing bath or something.
Well, that's why I don't play first-person shooters, because they get me annoyed, okay? It's all the same. I'd rather even play an RTS, which I don't really like that genre very much. But over a fucking generic FPS, sure. Where the fuck is my... Never mind. Oh, right, no, never mind. Right, one more thing I want to mention on Star Wars, and then we can move on from that. Darth Vader is apparently locked behind a paywall.
I heard about this.
No, that's
not the only one for liking.
Well, here's the thing. This is with all the heroes. They've been all put behind credits where you would earn in-game credits, and of course they were complaining about how complex that was. No, not complex. I'm sorry. How expensive they were. They claimed that just to unlock one hero was about 40 hours of gameplay. Now, of course, there was a recent update where they reduced the cost to about 75%, so it was a bit more cost efficient to unlock your characters. But regardless, most of the heroes are locked behind credits, which you will have to earn in order to play it.
I still don't like the sound of that, and I think fucking... I don't like all this, because, whatever gameplay shit you have to do to get point... Really, it is behind a paywall, if you think about it, because what they want you to do is get all these fucking microtransactions, get all these weapons and characters and shit, power up your characters, get better at the game using these artificial methods, and that way you can, unlock these in-game tokens or whatever that you can use to fucking...
See, this is the one thing I take issue with microtransactions. Now, for the most part, I can ignore them in a game.
Yeah.
Right? Well, let's be frank, they're like the boil on the arse of the video game industry at the moment. But they're here to stay. That's a fact. But for what I hear from Battlefront, there's certain things where you can buy upgrades for, say, like starfighters or for your own troopers that can kind of give you an advantage. Like, say, like you'd be flying an X-Wing, you can have a modification on it that makes other enemy ships take longer to lock onto you and stuff like that. Now, I don't mind microtransactions if what they're pushing is cosmetic.
Yeah.
Like extra skins and things like that. But if they're doing things like that, that to me is pay to win. And that makes my piss fizz, basically.
Yeah. I've been trying to play the Kingdom Hearts mobile game. It's called...
There's your problem right there. The first few seconds, I can already tell you your problem.
What's my problem?
He's going to
You're
tell it
playing
2 words.
the mobile Kingdom Hearts game.
Yes, but let me explain why I'm playing it. Because I don't know how much you guys know about Kingdom Hearts, but it's a very big, complex storyline. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out sometime in 2018, and a lot of fans are really excited for it. The beginning of the year, they released, got it here, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 collection, and what that is a remastering of Kingdom Hearts for the 3DS, a approximately 3-hour short, basically a Kingdom Hearts 3 demo, but it's a prologue chapter sort of thing, called Kingdom Hearts 2.0 Birth by Sleep, or 0.2 rather. And the third thing that is packaged in this is called Kingdom Hearts Cross Back Cover, which is a movie. And the problem with this movie is that a lot of people thought, okay, it's going to be it's going to give us the story of the Kingdom Hearts mobile game with the same name, right? No, it doesn't. It gives you some backstory on that game, and then they basically tell you, hey, everything going on in this mobile game is super important. You need to know about, like, just by adding that to the collection here on the PS4, they kind of were saying that, but then they came right out and said it, that yeah, everything going on in the mobile game is really important to the story, and if you want to get all the information, then you're going to have to play this game. So now, people who are both Kingdom Hearts fans and who are also very hungry for new Kingdom Hearts content and are desperately waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 to be released, they want to play Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, as it's currently being called. Now the problem is that this is a very hard game if you don't know what you're doing, and this is a very long game. It's an extremely long game, and it is full of microtransactions, like any mobile game right now. It is absolutely cluttered with the bloody things. All these microtransactions in order to get better weapons, get better attacks, and all the cosmetic ones too. And it's a game that's not even finished yet, but it's a game that it's so time consuming, so that even if you know, all you want to do is experience the story, you get made to feel like, hey, maybe I should be getting some of these microtransactions. It'll make it a little easier to get through the bloody game, and you know, I'll be able to experience the story hopefully before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, which even though it's coming out in about a year, it's still going to be like, this mobile game is long as fuck, and so there's a good chance that a lot of casual gamers are not going to get through it. So I'm not happy about this, and personally I'm hoping that they do like a remake like they have with other less popular, harder to get Kingdom Hearts games, but something tells me that that's not, because that's not going to happen, because they want to keep cashing in on their fucking microtransactions. So
the thing is, how do they expect a casual gamer to buy these microtransactions? I mean, if they're not going to get Kingdom invested in the game,
Kingdom Hearts,
why would they even bother?
Kingdom Hearts especially is something that you kind of want, that you can see how it would appeal to a lot of people who aren't really gamers, you know, children or people who are really into Disney, you know, they might want to get into this game. Yeah. And it's such a hard game to understand that making certain parts of it, like making this whole important backstory so cryptically hidden by a stupid mobile game, is really detrimental. And the fact that mobile games is a way a lot of people get into gaming these days. So if I'm a casual gamer that just plays mobile games and I play this Kingdom Hearts game, it's not going to make me want to play the rest of the games. No. You know? And
yeah,
I think the same thing with the Star Wars Battlefront, to get back to that for a second. A lot of casual gamers want to play it just so they can, you know, play as Darth Vader or whatever. So you'll by making it so that you have to get through all this gameplay to get points to unlock these characters, you're alienating the people.
The paywall.
Yeah, you're alienating the people who want to get the game, pick it up, play with their friends as Darth Vader and Chewbacca or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So it's
or even if they were going to lock those characters, like you might have some lesser known heroes, such as, well, I don't know, I don't want to say Han Solo, but heroes that aren't as
yeah, well, I mean,
Like, say, heroes who aren't as prominent, you get what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, no,
and yeah,
I
you
think
can lock them, but you have to do something in the game.
you want my
Forget
opinion? If there's a special character, you know, like if they want to put the apprentice, okay, and make him a character you have to pay for, sure, fine, I can see that. He doesn't really belong in this game, but you know, he's extra. Or even, I may even forgive them doing that with the Emperor, because he's the Emperor and he's the ultimate evil character. Fine, do that. Yeah. But Darth fucking Vader? Come on. Like... Darth Vader should be playable right off the fucking bat. And that's something that's something that got me not wanting to play the original game. You have to play these online games, and you have to be doing well if you want to play as these different characters, and I'm not good enough to get these, you know, upgrades to special characters. So I'm never going to experience that unless I sink hours and hours into the game, getting extremely good at it, so that I can experience this. And even when
and that just turns all the casual gamers off.
Yeah,
course.
and then when you do experience that too, you get to play as fucking Darth Vader or Han Solo or Leia or whoever until you die, and then you get switched back to a fucking faceless character, you know? Some kind of nameless, faceless fucking Republican rebel fighter, you know? Like, it's so unrewarding. And
yeah, you're not playing to enjoy the game. You're playing so you can get to a point where you get to enjoy the game in full.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not getting the full thing.
Something I did a lot in that game because I couldn't stand the first person shooter shit. It just really didn't appeal to me at all. So I played the Starfighter bits, and I kind of liked that. I was kind of into it for a bit, but it did also quickly get stale, and you know, I'd rather just be playing fucking a Jedi Starfighter on the PS2, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've ranted about Star Wars Battlefront long enough.
It's been about an hour. We could go another few.
Now, I want to keep this below an hour and 30 minutes at the most. So,
right.
Let's get on to our next story. But before we do that, I'm going to give you a trigger warning, okay? And this is an unironic trigger warning. I'm not trying to be clever here, okay? Gamers, you are about to be seriously insulted. Also, you're all racist pieces of shit. Here we go.
but that's a completely different issue.
No, same issue. Here we go.
Okay. Here we go.
Before
Yay.
white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and white nationalists marched in Charlottesville, Virginia in August, they were organizing behind a computer screen. And a lot of that organizing happened through a messaging service called Discord, which was originally...
Guys.
Oh no. We're on Discord.
We are on Discord.
Oh no!
Holy
we're on
fuck.
Skype right now.
We're organizing crime.
But we have our
We talk on Discord.
we have our official Discord for the show. This is, I think, you know what, guys?
Oh, no.
Guys,
Oh no, we're racist.
I think actually we might be complicit in this, but we just don't know it. Like maybe,
Dun, dun, dun.
maybe we're like
No.
sleeper agents.
It's
or
worse.
shit,
It's
we
worse
have to
than
be.
you think. It's worse than you think. I think we might be white. Now I'm really scared.
No.
Oh no.
You know what? We are white.
Yeah.
See how Discord the logo is
You just
black?
assume my
The
gender?
Discord logo, is it black or is it in blackface?
Oh.
No.
Isn't the Discord logo actually gray?
Possibly.
Purple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
Our
right.
actual logo.
Well then,
Well, actually, they're white, and
This
it's
silly
like
rant.
purple.
It's
Let's
interesting.
continue.
it's interesting then that they would use this. Maybe it's some kind of symbolism, eh? Who knows? Let's continue this piece of shit.
Are they going to put a KKK hood over it?
Yeah.
created
Discord.
to connect
If you
video
rearrange
game
the letters of
players to one
Discord, it spells out racist Skype.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's continue this video. Let's.
Yeah.
another. This is just the latest in the long-running shared history
called
between
it.
the gaming community and the alt-right.
Nice.
The long-running history. long run.
All right.
Because
Gaming culture.
because racists back in the I guess 80s when there was gaming, you know, who were out there with the fucking hoods trying to get the fucking black people out of their neighborhoods, they were spending their spare time playing Super Mario Brothers. Didn't you know this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers.
Called themselves the alt-right.
Super
Whatever
Mario.
the hell that's supposed to mean.
Super Mario Brothers, in fact, was a very famous game in the southern parts of America, where there were a lot of white trash hillbillies who couldn't own televisions or Nintendo systems, but you know,
Yeah. Of course.
in prisons where there were lots of you know, where most of the Nazis are, let's be honest, most of the outspoken violent Nazis are in prison. Yeah, that was they had actually Nintendos in the prisons that the prisoners could play, and the prisoners were encouraged to play this so that it would, you know, keep them in
racist.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just wanted to just inform you guys of some history that you may not have known about. Let's
Just throwing some facts your way.
yeah, it's important. Okay, now you know. Let's
So you don't learn from history,
Always
do to repeat it.
sexist, but the internet has sort of allowed us to just sort of see what has always been there.
Emma Vossen is a PhD candidate studying how sexism seeded in gaming is replicated in the real world. Her study is based
okay.
Oh yay, sexism. Now we're getting to some real
No.
good territory.
I'm
here.
gonna. I was meaning to stop that before she said sexism. Okay, because the gaming is. Hang on, I'm gonna go back just a second. I want to hear
replicated in the real world. Her study is based on Gamergate, a movement that
No,
began
back. No.
sexism seeded in gaming.
spoiling
And
it.
sexism seeded in gaming is replicated in the real world.
So, she's saying that racism that is in gaming is replicated in the real world. I wanted to inform some people of some things. It's the other way around. Fuck.
Yeah, it really is.
Like gaming. There's been fucking violence and racism and sexism as long as the human race has been standing on two legs. Okay, it's been forever. Okay, gaming has only existed for about 30 fucking years.
Can somebody find Jay's pin and put it back in, please?
Come on.
So,
Come on, it's the other way around. Just
Yeah.
like movies, just like books, okay? When there's violence and sexism and all that, it's not what's causing it. It's showing gaming and all kinds of media, really. What they are is they hold up a mirror to society and be like, hey, this is what you look like, only a little bit distorted.
you really do need that bath. I'll draw you a bath right now, buddy. You know, you could eat some chocolate.
If you enjoy
try to calm down a little bit.
If you enjoy listening to me lose my shit, come check out my shit loss series on my channel, J Dark A.
And if you don't like him, subscribe anyway.
Yeah.
That's my slogan.
Fuck.
You like me, don't like me, just fucking subscribe.
No, I don't want people.
This is why I subbed to him. He called me a cunt.
I called him a cunt. Yeah, I was
welcome
like,
to the fucking internet.
I was like, fuck all you guys. Everybody who doesn't subscribe to me is a fucking cunt.
Back on topic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are 8 billion people on the planet, and you have, what, 150 subscribers, so...
Me?
Yeah.
I have less than that. Shh. not for long, right? You
Yeah.
fucking
Maybe.
cunts out
We'll
there. Subscribe. And
Those
subscribe to this-
8 billion
Go back to the
assholes
video,
of the
please.
Subscribe to
world.
this channel too while we're at it. Subscribe to this channel, because, you know,
And
and
then immediately unsubscribe and then subscribe to my channel.
subscribe to, or you could subscribe to multiple channels. They can do that too.
Or you could subscribe to my channel.
So they could subscribe to your channel and my channel and this
Or they
channel.
could
Subscribe to all
subscribe to my
and
channel.
Scottybot's channel, and even the Pixie Pixel Pixie, right? Who isn't here right now, but
Or you could subscribe to Twiggy the Tree.
Twiggy him too. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough for
Other
the.
guy on
That's
the
enough
show
of the
that still
shout out.
didn't show up
Poor,
this week.
that's enough
Okay,
of the
that's
shout out
plenty.
segment. Let's finish watching this piece of absolute shit. Maybe I'll try and keep my mouth shut a little longer.
Please.
Maybe.
I'm kidding.
Her study is based on Gamergate, a movement that began with intimidating and harassing female video game journalists under the guise of fairness
I love how
in
all
video
these
game
tweets are
journalism.
fake too.
The harassment quickly gained traction.
Yeah.
These
It
are
helped
clearly
catalyze
fake
the
tweets.
alt-right movement,
Yeah,
which secured
not.
power and prominence during the 2016
Like maybe they're based on real
election cycle.
tweets.
When you were studying
really?
Gamergate and you were really looking
Heil
at
PP the
techniques
Frog!
that they use, it's impossible not to see the same techniques being used by Trump supporters.
Trump. Okay.
According to Vossen, the gamers and the alt-right share common ground.
As people who are marginalized.
Hey guys, are any of you Trump supporters?
This makes me laugh.
Wow.
I mean, they like to make out
Oh.
Pepe the Frog as this sort of like this alt-right Nazi hate symbol.
Hey,
it's
hey.
nothing of the bloody sort.
It's
They're
PP.
using Pepe for politics. That's
Yeah, it didn't.
what
used
does
to
this
be-
world come
It
to?
didn't used to be that anyway. If someone started fucking using,
World is fucked up.
if someone started using Bart Simpson for fucking alt-right propaganda, would that mean that The Simpsons is racist?
Hell yeah! I'm gonna use The Simpsons for my campaign when I run for president.
Yeah, okay.
Lisa Simpson approves.
Fighting for equality. Those who've traditionally had privilege, you know, especially white men, feel that they are being oppressed by these
Oh,
people who
God's
are
sake.
trying to just be treated as equal.
You know, I don't necessarily agree with those people claiming that they're being oppressed, but there certainly is a group of people who is trying to oppress us white male gamers. You know?
You know what gets me is this whole white privilege thing. I mean,
Oh,
boys,
yeah.
I work a 40-hour
Oh,
week.
yeah.
I'm a married man. I've got 2 kids. Right? I'm just about getting by. So if there's
Yeah.
such a thing as white privilege, can somebody please tell me when it's going to kick in?
Yeah, I grew up in a shit house, you know, shit situation, poor as fuck. You know, I had to leave home when I was 16. And, you know, yeah, but I have this white privilege, you know. I'm so glad I'm white. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking
I
hell.
mean-
Fucking hell.
I'm an
Some-
upper class white male, so I don't really have anything to fear of Trump. But I'm still like, I know. Well, I mean, why would he want to hurt me? I'm an upper class white male.
He won't
But the
hurt you.
point of it is,
Intentionally, maybe, but, you know, I think
but
World War III might affect you.
yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, I live in Colorado, which is like central U.S., so hopefully the nukes won't get quite that far. Usually they only attack the outskirts.
Let's also watch this.
Why do you hate black people?
Oh, I dropped my veggie
African
straw.
Americans.
Dirty, they're stingy, and they're just gross.
Xbox Live and PlayStation Network both allow players to chat live while gaming. They have become havens for hate speech against women and minorities.
What I
No, the
Yeah,
entire
welcome to the fucking internet.
But the entire internet is a haven of hate speech for and to everyone.
The main thing is that a lot of people, they don't,
A lot of.
they're,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, because when you go on the internet, there's no such thing as discrimination on the internet. Everything goes each way: kindness, hatred, anger, sadness. It goes to all. There is no discrimination up here.
Well, I mean, see, a big thing is that, like, they're trying to say the gamers are, like, racist and all this other shit because of, you know, like, one of the big reasons is because of the stuff that they're saying over, like, Xbox Live and over games that allow you to chat. But the thing is, it's like, that wouldn't really, a lot of people like to do that because it makes them anonymous, but if you confront them in person, they're not really those people. And it seems to me like they're really just reporting on this because they don't know jack shit about the internet.
You know what?
That's just the internet.
Yes.
No one means anything
No,
they're saying.
they know full well about the internet. They're saying this because they have a narrative that they want to push.
Yeah, that's where
They
I
want
was
to
gonna go with that.
demonize white males, and so they're trying to break up white males into segments, okay? And this week it's the white male gamer segment. So they're gonna take us down by the gamers, you know. Then they'll focus on the rest of the groups, but they really do hate white males. And you know what? Maybe some of us do have a little bit of fucking privilege in certain circumstances, but you know what? I'd say everyone is pretty much equal. And trying to give special treatment to other races and other groups is the very definition of discrimination, and it's not treating you equally at all.
It's like we're going back to Ronald Reagan. It's just pure bullshit. It's what in Reagan's time was called reverse racism, when he tried to make like minorities worth more than white people as sort of like an apology. This is like no different right now.
Reverse
There's
racism.
a word for that.
Hmm?
There's a word for that. It's called affirmative action.
Yeah, I don't like affirmative action. That's
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about this whole thing, and it's a hit piece. Let's be frank, it's just a hit piece. They've got this very collectivized way of looking at the whole situation. I mean, you can't turn around and say, I'm a man, therefore, or I'm white, therefore. You can't even turn around and say, I'm a gamer, therefore. I mean, you've got the four of us in here now. We're all individuals. I mean, we all have our own interests, we have our own goals in life, we have our own views on politics, whatever. You can't just lump us all into one thing. I mean, we're not even a group, we're a demograph. There's a difference. I mean, we're all individuals at the end of the day. So, you can't really hold me or Pancakes or Jay or yourself, Javelin, for the actions of one of us. Like, if Jay goes off and does something stupid, like call people a cunt on the internet, you can't turn around and say that us three are responsible for that, which we're not.
Yeah, because hey, we're not all Americans here. Even though this is targeted against Americans specifically, and the thing is, at the end, like you said, at the end of the day, we're not a group. We're a demographic. We're an audience from across the world, just coming together to enjoy our hobby. At the end of the day,
yeah. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. It's a hobby, you know. It's not it's not exactly a culture, because there's lots of different types of gamers. There's lots of people who play games for different reasons. You know, it's like if a bunch of people like knitting, you know, if there's a bunch of racist people that are knitting, which there probably are in this country, let's face it, or in your country rather, in America, then you know, then knitting is racist.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's just this whole idea that they seem to think if someone who's overtly racist, or even is racist but doesn't want to admit it, touches something, then it's somehow tainted by it somehow. Like this thing with Discord, it's like Discord's facilitating the alt-right. How? You're letting alt-right people use the service.
I would have less respect for the group that says, hey, you're alt-right, you're not allowed to have a platform here.
Yeah. I mean, for, like, they say to me, the alt-right are using your platform. Okay, are they violating the terms of service?
Yeah.
If the answer is no, they're fine to use it.
I know in the States anyway, they've got freedom of speech. But you know, in Canada and in the UK, we don't exactly have freedom of speech. You know.
You should try it over here. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I mean, is it true? I heard a story. I don't know. Is it true that people were getting picked up and taken away for bad mouthing Thatcher back in the day?
I don't know.
I don't know specifically about that, but here's the underlying issue, because we are a country who is allowed to have freedom of speech, be able to say what we want. But here's the other issue with the hate crime laws that are coming in, which means if someone can say, if you say something and if someone else says, I'm offended by that, I think that implies to me, and it's hatred towards me. I don't like that, therefore you're committing a crime. It counteracts our amendment to speak freely.
Shouldn't all murder be hate crime? Because if you're murdering someone, you hate them.
Well, I mean, if it's murder, that's a completely different issue at that point. Because I mean, a hate crime, like, I mean, I don't know if it's really an additional penalty if it's with another crime. Because, like, you know, I mean, like, you're already getting charged for murder. Why would they charge you for anything else at that point?
Because it's racially motivated. I mean, I've heard of it happening.
Well, at that point, it would fall under special circumstances, which would determine the degree of murder. Like, for example, if you stab someone, then that could be considered second-degree murder, unless there's, like, a special circumstance. Like, if they were pregnant, then that would fall under first-degree murder. And a special circumstance might be hate speech or hate crime.
It doesn't count as 2 murders, does it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it would count as multiple murder charges. It depends upon the state, but yeah, usually they count like people that are pregnant as multiple murder charges.
But going back to this thing about offence, how can you criminalise offence?
I always say being offensive is important because if bad ideas are never criticized, then they're allowed to spread and grow. Whereas if
that is exactly why the freedom of speech.
But the other side of it, if good ideas are never scrutinized, then how will they ever be validated?
But what I basically mean is the reason why you can't criminalize offense is because offense is a subjective thing.
Yes. Well, that's.
I mean, like you'll get these.
Obviously, I agree on that. But what I'm saying, I'm appealing to the people who are saying objectively, yeah, no, this is objectively offensive. I'm saying to those people, like, you know what, like, even if something is offensive, it's necessary to be offended.
But there's no such thing as objective offence. I mean, like, I'll give you an example. Here in the UK, we often hear this line that comes from the right-wingers over here. They'll be complaining that we're not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore. We have to say Happy Holidays, and when we ask why, we often get the reply, well, it's in case we offend Muslims or any other demographic group. Now, most people's response to that will be, I don't care, fuck their feelings. My response to that is, hang on, how the fuck do you know? Seriously, I mean, have you gone out and asked every single Muslim in the country if they are offended by Merry Christmas?
Have you asked even one Muslim if they're offended?
Even then, has every single Muslim in the country said to you, yes, I'm offended by that? Because I can pretty much guarantee you the vast majority of them don't give a fuck. What do you call it?
I'm an atheist, and I don't even get offended when people say, God bless, or I'm praying for you.
Well,
so when someone says Merry Christmas, that's loosely related to a religion, that might offend people. Come on, okay? A lot of people celebrate Christmas. I'm an atheist. I celebrate Christmas. It's not necessarily. It's not like we're going. Look, if we were walking up to people and say Happy Birthday Jesus to people, maybe I could see how that is a little more offensive. But come on, Merry Christmas, get the fuck over it. In our Western culture, Christmas is a huge fucking thing. Everybody celebrates it. So if you don't get over yourself, realize that you're in a place where that's the culture. You're in a place where Christmas is part of our culture. If you want to be stuck in a little bubble of your own culture, then I'm sorry to say it, but you're going to have to go back to where you came from.
Or move to a place that's more suitable to your beliefs.
Yeah, or lock yourself in your fucking house and pretend that the outside world doesn't exist if it offends you so fucking much.
Yeah. But here's the thing, people will make those claims thinking that they are somehow representative of that whole demographic, and this is a silly thing. They're not.
Look, I could go up.
They mentioned the alt-right there.
Yeah.
And the alt-right like to think they're representative of white people, that they want to build this white ethno-state.
But also, you don't know who is and isn't a part of a group. I could go and say, hey everybody, I'm a feminist, and as on behalf of all feminists, I want bigger tits in video games. Who's gonna believe that? What? I'm a feminist. I said it. I represent all feminists. No. Okay? First of all, can you verify that I am a feminist? Second, just because you believe I am doesn't mean I represent everybody else. I'm not, by the way. Feminists are fucking stupid. But, We'll get into.
Oh, I
that.
just don't believe in radical feminists.
Yeah, well, no. I'll qualify that. Okay, real
Okay,
feminism. Real feminism, fine.
Mhm.
This new wave feminism, these people that take it way too far, no, fuck them. They're stupid.
Because the difference is that, like, the feminists like 50 to several years ago,
Yeah.
they were just standing for equal rights.
Yeah,
Now they
but
may
now
still
they don't
say
want-
they're equal rights. Today they're
Yeah.
just there for female superiority.
No, they don't want equal rights. They want more right. Fuck, sorry. They want more rights.
Yeah.
Which gets back to this whole thing. You know, gamers. You know, they're trying to take something away from us. They're trying to demonize gaming. Because we're white men. So basically they want to take away gaming from us. Or they want to take away our right to be able to speak. They want to be like, oh, what you have to say isn't valid. I'm so sick of hearing that shit, you know, oh, as a white male, what you have to say isn't valid. You need to shut up and let someone else speak.
Or they're just taking the trending topic and just going for news because they don't actually have any real news, so they just make it up news.
I feel like this is directly targeted at people. Okay, this is this news
It's kind of like a
piece
control
is
thing,
an
this
attack.
really, isn't it?
Do we want to?
Yeah,
Let's get the video
Get
over
through
with.
it.
Okay.
Had noticed and witnessed was
Oh, shut up.
what I call like linguistic profiling, like just based on how somebody sounds, you know, they kind of lash out in like very like inappropriate ways.
Do that to everybody.
They allow girls to play Call of Duty in America?
Wow, they allow morons to play Call of Duty in America?
Not everyone in the gaming community is
Oh my
sexist or
God.
racist. We are having.
I'm just gonna quickly say whoever said that was either a troll or a troll
Fucking idiot.
because they
Yeah.
they were a troll.
They're
They
playing
were a
They-
fucking troll.
Straight up a
Oh
troll.
my god.
this sort of internal
I wouldn't
cultural
think
problem.
they're
Hey, it's
troll,
not like the
basically,
media
it's
knows what the
dickhead.
fuck that means.
Or they're a misogynist and they still don't represent all gamers.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
But it's not a rampant thing. That's not something that people in general believe. Oh, girls aren't allowed to play video games. Nobody really thinks that. This is one person saying that. That's not representative of a large number of people.
Yeah. No.
It's
Yeah.
oh fuck. Let's get.
What got me there was he said to her, you know, do they let girls play video games? And then she retorted, do they let morons play it? I mean, she fired back.
Yeah.
I mean, to me,
And
that's
you have
not
a-
something a victim does.
No, but also you have a right to do that. If someone offends you, you have the right to be offensive right back to them. We could make a story saying, "Oh, feminists are insensitive towards misogynists. They call them morons." You know, poor misogynists. You call them, like, it's absurd.
I don't think you'll gather much support for that.
It's absurd. Oh my god.
All right.
Let's
go.
Okay.
And racist gamers.
So, what
my
happens
puke
when these
bucket.
behaviors move from the gaming world to the real world? Keegan Hanks studies the progression of the
Go the other way
alt-right on the web.
Discord, as a platform, kind of had a meteoric rise in the alt-right. I think many of the members of the alt-right were actually aware of it because they were also members of the video game community. Many of them are. Discord
makes
became
sense.
almost a requirement for a lot of these people if you wanted to be actively involved in the movement.
Discord is anonymous.
Something I want to
Yeah,
note.
I want.
So-
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Something I want to note. I just saw a girl walking in that crowd holding a torch. So
Well,
something tells me they're not being
look,
completely honest.
look. She doesn't represent the female.
Well, yeah. Well, no.
females,
What I'm
you know?
saying is like
She
they're trying to
represents-
show. They're trying to show that like it's white men that are doing all this shit, and then they just showed a white woman on the screen. That's just something I wanted to point out. That was pretty fucking.
But
stupid.
maybe she's like a slave of her white male oppressor. Maybe he
Those are just the worst.
Yeah,
this
maybe
is human. Now we gotta
maybe
get into
he's
human
forcing
trafficking.
her to be there because she's a perfect little angel. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
as a
that's so
female.
true.
Maybe she's being forced to be there. You don't
I'm
know.
so
Yeah.
I'm so
Come
sure.
on. Okay,
Now, here's another thing I
You're a
wanted to point out, 'cause-
misogynist. Yeah.
because they're pointing out, oh, that they're coming together using Discord, and like, okay, where is your evidence? Like, how do you know? You're just putting that out there.
No, they're
Okay,
just like, hey, there's a
See,
there's a platform
the thing
for-
is, to me, they're using
other.
Discord, so fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, it is
becoming
a
a
social
huge thing.
media
A lot of
platform.
people are using
Facebook.
it. You know,
Instagram and
Twitter
Facebook and
no,
other
no, no.
encrypted
Facebook,
chats.
Facebook is an organization used mostly by college kids. So, you know, everyone on Facebook is a college kid. Because those are the people that started using it a lot,
essentially.
you know.
But then see, here's another argument. Like, you know, at that point they're trying, like, if they were saying that, like, you know, like what you were saying before, like most Facebook users are college kids, so it's only for college kids. Basically, like, there might even just be implying that most people on Discord are racist, so everyone on Discord is racist, which neither of those are even true.
Oh.
And not only is that not true, they haven't provided any evidence whatsoever to show that.
Just claim.
They just said, "Oh yeah, Discord is full of racist people," without even showing anything.
I'll say something else. I at first didn't know that Discord really had anything to do with gamers. I was invited to a Discord link when I first started supporting a certain YouTuber on Patreon. I was sent.
Discord has actually started being associated with among a lot of other things, not just games. It's been used for many media projects out there.
It's like a new version of Skype.
So I was on this Discord where I was talking to some fellow fans of a YouTuber, and I was like, okay, this is an interesting little site. You know, I didn't think gaming at all. In fact, I didn't really know that it was a gamers thing until very recently. So Discord, sure, it's primarily used for gaming, but it can be primarily used for something else too, and the two things can be completely unrelated.
And even then, they say, well, you said yourself, there's no evidence that the alt-right are exclusively using Discord. So fucking what if they are? I mean, you need to look at why they're using it. Why are they using it?
A tool can be used for good and evil. So, but
I mean, why are they using Discord? The same reason they use phones, the same reason they use TVs, the same reason they use whatever.
Terrorists use cell phones, okay?
So we got to ban cell phones now. They're dangerous now. We can't use them.
The point I'm trying to make is they're using these things for the same reason that people that oppose them are using these things.
Yeah.
It's because they are useful services. And saying that
it's the future, technology is moving forward. More people are gonna start taking advantage of that technology.
Yeah.
Let's continue, shall we?
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't mean that everyone's going to be taking advantage of that technology, though.
Yeah.
No, but more people will. In 50 years, who knows who'll be using? Old people will be using technology. Everybody. Let's continue this.
Lightly monitored, which allowed the alt-right to control communications and access for thousands of users. Some Discord servers controlled by alt-right leaders made users post pictures of their Caucasian skin in order to participate. This allowed the alt-right to centralize its message and disseminate information around the Charlottesville rallies. Discord service played a substantial role in fomenting the riots that led to the death of Heather Heyer. After facing pressure, Discord shut down the servers used to organize in Charlottesville. The company stated, "We will continue to take action against white supremacy, Nazi ideology, and all forms of hate." Perhaps not surprisingly, James Alex Fields Jr., the white supremacist charged for Heyer's death, was no stranger to video games. In 2010, his mother filed a complaint against him, claiming he struck her in the head and locked her in the bathroom because she told him to stop playing video games.
What a great
Okay,
example.
well at that point it's just an individual
What
problem.
a great example.
All that means is that guy was a dumbass.
There you go, you use Discord, therefore you beat your mum up.
It's just that's just an individual's issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been recording for over an hour and a half.
Yeah. I think we've said all we need to say about this.
Yeah.
I guess we'll.
Yeah.
I guess that's the show for now.
So yeah, I say
our local news station, see if we can get noticed, and see if we can get them to stop being so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, but it's not looking likely.
So.
No.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you're interested on being a guest in the show or anything like that, then please contact us. Join our Discord. our evil alt-right Discord, but
Feel
join
free to comment in the
let's
video
not go
if
there.
you want a shorter way to
join our
communicate
evil
with us.
Discord and talk to us there and
We can post all the
Subscribe.
racist stuff that we want because we can make a private chat and post all the racist stuff we want.
Racism, no racism,
No,
no racism.
but I thought that's all we did.
No,
Isn't
no,
that?
no, we're trying to move away
It's,
from that.
we're white men on
We're trying-
Discord.
no, we're
Yay,
moving-
supposed to
Hey,
be-
waifu,
Okay.
we're moving past that. Okay,
Oh.
we're trying to show people that that's not what we are. Anyway,
Okay.
please subscribe to everybody who is in this video. All their links will be in the description. Subscribe to their channels. Subscribe to this channel, and thank you so much for watching. Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay.
That was a